Today on FluTac, we talk about the Lone Wolf Glock 22 9mm conversion barrel for the 40 Smith & Wesson 40 caliber Glock 22. Stick around because another exciting episode of FluTac, Armed Citizen Firearm Training Solutions, starts right now. Hello Gunslingers, and I'm your host, the Faceless Gunslinger, and welcome to another exciting episode of FluTac. Alright, today we'll be reviewing the Lone Wolf 9mm Glock 22 conversion barrel that changes your 40 caliber Glock into a 9mm. So let's talk a little bit. Why exactly would you even want to go ahead and even try to go through this process? Why not get a Glock 17 or something like that? Well, it's really simple. This is my police trade-in Glock 22 Generation 4 40 caliber. This is a hot range, by the way. This weapon is completely loaded. It's just not cocked and primed and ready to fire. So one of the biggest benefits of having a 9mm conversion barrel is that you can get these 40 caliber Glock pistols relatively cheap from a lot of law enforcement agencies. You probably already know back in the day, you know, the 40 S&W was the new hot and shiny thing that a lot of law enforcement was going over to. But just with the advances of 9mm and also with technology, the 9mm now is considered to be a very reputable, powerful, and effective round for law enforcement, also for self-defense. With the added benefits of being a lot more cheaper, generally speaking, than most of your other centerfire cartridge rounds, like the 40 Smith & Wesson, and also like the 45 ACP. You can carry more ammunition with it, and also boosts the benefit of having less recoil. So with this particular police training, which is in, once again, 40 caliber, I was able to get this for less than $300. Now that's a big benefit for that. And if you want to be able to have the capability to transition from one caliber to a different one, this is absolutely a great option with the Lone Wolf barrel. So I have never shot this. You guys are going to see firsthand me shooting this pistol. I have no idea if it's going to work, but this is going to be our good test to just see how it performs right now, just as is. Like I said, I've never shot this pistol before. This is going to be right now. The barrel for the Lone Wolf has not been installed yet. It's still in 40 caliber. So let's go live real quick and just do a baseline test and make sure that this pistol works for transition over. Go grab your eyes and ears. It's time to go hot, guys. All right, guys. This is my Glock 22 4th gen in 40 Smith & Wesson or 40 caliber. Never shot this before. This is the very first time that I actually ever put it in my hand to actually squeeze the trigger. So let's see this actually shoot, just to have a baseline, make sure this weapon works before we switch out to 9mm barrel for Lone Wolf. Looks like what's their first time shooting this, absolutely no problem. As you guys can see, she locked back, 0 malfunctions, 15 rounds approximately from 40 caliber. So we know this weapon works. Let's switch it out to the 9mm barrel. All right, great. Great to see that the 40 caliber barrel worked, no problem. 0 malfunctions. So this is a Lone Wolf barrel. This is a particular threaded barrel, which is really, really nice. Let's just see what it says on here. It says fits caliber 9mm conversion. Barrel length is approximately 5.03 inches. This is a threaded with standard half inch by 28 inch sorry, a half by 28 barrel threading there. A couple things that said on the back. If you guys can read this here, I'll read it out to you aloud. Our barrels are manufactured from the highest grade mill select stainless steel bar stock, CNC machine and heat treated. All right, heat treated. These features will provide a lifetime, that's what it says there, lifetime of service at an affordable price. Special features include ready to use pre-fit drop-in installation. Nice, nice. Fits Glocks Gen 3, Gen 4, and most Gen 5s models. Certified stress relief stainless steel. Exacting tolerances, produce greater shot-to-shot accuracy, improve feed rip designed for maximum chamber support, tighter chamber dimensions than original, and designed for lead, plated, or jacket ammunition, glass beast satin finish exterior. Very, very nice. So, and of course, my favorite part, made in the good old USA. I love that country. I hope you do too. I'm sure you do if you're watching this. So because of YouTube, I am not going to convert it right here in front of you. So with a little YouTube magic, we're going to come back to a converted Glock 22 Lone Wolf barrel. Let's go ahead and do some YouTube magic. Welcome back, guys. As you guys can probably see, we have ourselves a cleared Lone Wolf threaded 5-inch barrel, converted now my Glock 22 into a 9mm pistol. As you can see there, I did point the weapon at you. Sorry about that, but it is a clear chamber and you're out there in YouTube land, so don't have to worry when it comes down to that. But I just want you guys to show that it's clear and kind of what the intolerance and what it looks like there inside the barrel here. But this weapon, as you guys can see, it's not loaded. All right, so now we have a converted barrel. Initial thoughts, I really does like the way it looks. I'm not going to lie to you. Just looking at it, lock it back here. As you guys can see, it looks really good. I think the tolerances here, I'm going to have to say this, I think it does look a little more tighter than even original Glock barrel that I just took it out of. Being to say though, that weapon probably saw, that barrel probably saw thousands of rounds through it in its long former service. This is a brand new barrel, only costing roughly about $90. As you guys can see here too as well, comes threaded with the thread protector here at the end. Just standard half by 28 inch threading here, and pretty good. As you guys can take a look, once again, weapon's clear as you guys saw here, looking down the chamber. Beautiful inside of that stainless steelness. So far, I'm really digging this, and I think it's very impressive with the weapon. We're gonna go ahead and put this back on. Thread protector is back engaged. And guys, this looks pretty dang good for roughly $90 barrel, but I've never shot it. Let's do enough jaw jacking. Let's go see this thing actually shoots. Okay, gunslingers, this is my first time shooting this. I do not know if it's going to feed properly, if we'll have any issues. You guys already saw the original 40 caliber barrel, no problem, as the test subject. Today we'll be using just standard, I believe, 150 grain full metal jacket with a standard PMag here that's made for the Glock 17 platforms, 17 rounds, fully loaded. We're just going to do a nice slow fire and just see she performs. Let's go ahead and go loud. I love it. So far, so good. Locked back, 0 malfunctions with 17 rounds being fed by a Glock 17, a PMag. No issues at all. I really like it. Let's go ahead and convert to now the rapid fire test. All right, guys, we're back. We're now going to do the rapid fire test. So we have a KCI high capacity 30 round magazine. I only got 31 loaded in this one, I believe. So we're going to load this bad boy up, shoot as fast as we can. Once again, 115 grain 9mm, a lot of bullets there. Let's go ahead and see how this thing does in fire and quick fire, and see if we have any hiccups. Let's go loud. All right, guys, 0 malfunctions, 31 rounds of 9mm. I'm not gonna lie, I've shot a lot of firearms before, but shooting this, every trigger pull and fast action, that is a lot of work and a good workout. You probably heard while I was shooting during my cadence, it kind of sounded like it slowed. That wasn't the weapon itself or the magazine, that was just me with my fingers getting tired. So just means I need to work out more and shoot a little bit more, and that's not a problem itself. So let's go ahead and throw another magazine in here, and let's go see how she does with accuracy. Okay, gunslingers, so now we're going to be doing our last test for now. This is going to be the practical accuracy test. We'll be shooting roughly about 7 yards or so, which is realistically the more likely engagement range for a pistol fight or for pistol combat. So we're going to see how many rounds we can get closer we can to the red. More than likely, if there's issues, going to be problems with me versus the barrel itself. But let's see if we get ourselves a good grouping. So let's go ahead, make it hot, and let's go see how this Glock performs from distance. All right, gunslingers, we're approximately, maybe a little bit closer, but we're gonna go call it about roughly 7 yards away. Let's see how she groups once again with the Glock 22 Lone Wolf 9mm conversion barrel. We got a full magazine here, so about 18 rounds, one in a pipe. Let's go loud. She locks back open. Let's go see how we do. No Mewtwo magic here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to see firsthand how she looks. All right, all rounds appear to be on target. Once again, any other issues, I'm going to of course blame myself for that one, as you guys can see here. With the good old Glock. I might have to adjust the sights later on a little bit to the right, just for where I'm aiming at and my point of aim and point of reference, but pretty good, relatively good grouping, roughly from about 25 yards or so. All right, gunslingers, this is our very, very last test. We're going to do a dirt test here. So it's just rained out here, as you guys can probably see. Just rained, so got a little bit of blue sky coming in, but the ground is very moist and wet here. Let's go and cover it up with some Mother Earth. All right, no YouTube magic here, guys. This is the real deal. Let's see how she does. Okay, as you guys can see, you can barely see it. Let's go ahead, bringing it up. Trying to get my hand around here. Let's see how she shoots. Look, even locked back. Is there anything that can stop a Glock and also Lone Wolf barrel? I'm going to say no at this point. Absolutely freaking standing. No issues, no problems there at all. Lock back, Good job, Glock. Good job, Lone Wolf. Let's go ahead and talk about the final review of this gun. All right, welcome back, gunslingers, and that was exciting. Let's go ahead and give you my final review. Before we do that, I want you guys to see we have a clear weapon here. We'll look down the barrel for you guys to take a look at that. A little bit dirty, but still looks really, really good. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about my review and a couple things I liked about it and if there's any negative. So first and foremost, I will say this. Having the capability for me to, in a matter of a minute, with enough practice, to convert my pistol to 2 different calibers, if you use it for a practical sense or prepping sense, it really is a game changer. It gives you the option to be able to have one platform where you already got your sights already kind of dialed into you. Of course, different bullet grains and different calibers, you might have to adjust a little bit, but you got the weapon kind of dialed into you. You're familiar with the trigger pull, you're triggered with the mail of arms. So having the capability to switch from .8 to .2 or for 2 different calibers is, I think, a very good pro, really, for me, in my opinion, of having a system like this. Number 2, in our today's economy, every single dollar counts. Without a doubt, every single dollar counts. So if you could get yourself, and there's a lot of these on the market, if you get yourself a police turning .40 caliber pistol for like a, let's say $200, $250, then you throw on maybe buy an extra maybe $100 barrel, along with barrel like this thing. I'm just going to tell you right now, by doing that, you're going to save yourself a lot of money. And you can use that extra $100 or $200 that you'll be spending on a brand new pistol with the cost savings by converting to this. Give yourself that benefit of having 2 different calibers at your disposal, and you can use that to either upgrade with different optics, grips, or just ammo that you can have more in your backpack. So that's another great thing about having something like this with a Lone Wolf barrel. A great thing that I really like too as well is really, like I was talking to earlier, the fit on this is really good. I will, once again, the original barrel was from law enforcement, so it's probably solid a couple thousand rounds at least in the service. But the tolerance rate on this thing are really tight. I like that. You can actually feel it really, really tight, really good lockup, almost no movement at all in the breech. If you guys can see that pushing on it, this is really, really good. And the added capacity of having a threaded barrel and be able to put your favorite type of optics on it. I'm probably going to put a compensator on this later on for me, just so I can have that capability. And just another game changer. It's something that really, really brings this out a little bit too as well. As you guys saw, this is my first time shooting this pistol today, and also this barrel. But as you guys saw through the 33 high capacity magazine test, as you guys saw also through the dirt test, this thing, generally speaking, performed flawlessly and did such an amazing job. And it's something that I'm really, really happy and proud to say Lone Wolf really did a good job. Negatives. Objectively speaking, I've had a Lone Wolf products. I've used them when they like probably a decade ago. I had a barrel for my Glock 23, which I had, and didn't like it too much. But this right here, for the price point, for not only now getting an extra muzzle velocity with a 5-inch barrel comparable to your Beretta M9 and having the capacity now to have it threaded, I cannot think off the top of my head right now, if you were looking to convert one of your .40 calibers that you have sitting around back there in your safe, or you want to try to get into having a very reliable 9mm semi-automatic pistol without paying $500-600 maybe for a brand new Glock, because $5-10 is going to make you or break you. This is a good option. It's a very, very great option. So with that being said, guys, thank you very much. This is my objective review. What do you think? Do you still like the .40 caliber? Do you think, in my opinion, do you think that the .40 caliber is dead? Will you convert? Would you think there's a benefit actually having 2 different calibers for the same pistol frame, pistol platform? Just let me know, comment below. I have a lot more videos too. If you just want to take a look at different barrels and different things, or me just shooting guns, please take your time to go ahead and take a look through the channel. But if not, perfectly okay. And guys out there, just make sure you do a couple things for them. As I always say, make sure you shoot straight, make sure you shoot safe, And do not be a victim.